The Mishnah in Chulin Davnun Tes Omed Aleph Omru Chachomim Kol Oiv Hadoires Tomei. Siman from Tume is doires. There isn't a kosher oif if it's doires. Now, if you don't know if it's doires or not, we have 3 simanim on the bird to tell whether it's kosher or not. Now, Kol sheyesh lo etzba yeseiro bezefik bekur kovono niklav is toher. If he has a etzba yeseiro or a crop or a pillable gizzard, that is a toher. Targum Yonoson ben Uzziel in Parshas Shmini brings the 3 simanim on the guf, doesn't mention anything about doires, the character of an oif tome. But in Parshas Re'ei, he brings down the 3 simanim plus doires. From the Sugya in Daf Samech Aleph and Samech Beis Med Beis in Masechta Chulin comes out that we only have 24 birds which are not tohar. 20 of them are named and 4 of them are beremez. The Nesher has all the 4 simonei tumah. The Orev has 2 simonei taharo. The Perez and the Oznio has each one a separate simen tohar. One of them, we don't know which one, is not a doires. Afal pikein is not a min tohar. So we have one bird out of 24 birds which is not a doires. Afal pikein is not tohar. Which one is that? Or the Perez or the Oznio. The rest of the 23 birds, all of them are doires. How many simonei taharo do they have? There's a Machlokes between Rashi and Rav Moshe ben Rab Yosef, the Rambi. Rashi says they all have 3 simonei taharo. Besides the Orev, he only has 2. And the Rambi holds that they all have no more than 1 simen taharo. But everyone is moide that besides the Perez or the Oznio, the rest of the 23 birds are doirsim. Now, the Gemara says that the Perez and the Oznio are birds that are not found in the Yishuv. They are in islands and high mountains. So if somebody finds a bird with 1 simen tohar, and you know for sure that is not a doires, has to be a min tohar, because all the 23 birds are doirsim, and you don't have to be choishesh, maybe it's a Perez or Oznio, because that's not shchiach. So if you know for sure that it's not a Perez beoznio, as long as you know for sure that it's not a doires, it's a oif tohor. That's maskonos the Rif and the Ran, and that's the way the Smak, Sefer Atrumo, and Toisves hold. The way the Gro is Masbir and Simen Pei Beis. That's why the Gemara says in Daf Samech Beis, Omar Ameimar Hilcheso. The halacha is oif habo besimen echod tohor. A oif has 1 simen. What simen is that? The loidoris. You don't have to worry about anything else. Now we have to understand the Targum Yonoson ben Uzziel that says that you have to have 3 simonei taharo altogether. The Gemara in Daf Samech Beis brings down that Rab Nachman holds it's not enough to know that the bird is not a doires. You must know for sure that it's not a Perez or an Oznio. So if you do not know what a Perez or an Oznio is, it's not enough to know that the bird is not a doires, because we have to be choishesh. Even though the Perez and the Oznio are not shchiach, we have to still be choishesh. That's the shitas Rav Nachman, because Rav Nachman is choishesh that it's a Perez or an Oznio, and one of these 2 birds is not doires. Ameimar says we don't have to be choishesh if it's a Perez or a Oznio, because it's not shchiach. Rav Nachman says we have to be choishesh because maybe we don't know if it's a Perez or an Oznio. Unless you know exactly what a Perez and an Oznio is, bohem ubishmoisehem, you may not eat a bird just because it's not a doires. Again, Ameimar says we are not choishesh for a Perez and an Oznio. Rab Nachman says we are choishesh for a Perez and an Oznio. You must be boki on these 2 birds to be able to be mater, a bird which is not doires. And that sounds to be the shita of the Targum Yonoson ben Uzziel. Not like Ameimar, but like Rab Nachman. That afilu, if it's not a doires, still could be tome. The Targum Yonoson in Parshas Re'ei says a tzipur tor has to have 4 simanim. That is very good according to Rashi, because Rashi's shita is that all the 20 birds which are mentioned in the Torah and they are tome, they still have 3 simonei taharo. That is in the guf. The only reason why they are tome is because they are doirsim. So the Targum Yonoson says, if you know for sure that has all the 3 simonei taharo and it's a eino doires, it's for sure not from the 20 birds in the Torah. Because if it's a doires, even though it has 3 simonei taharo, it might be from the 20 non-kosher birds. That's according to Rashi, that the 20 birds have 3 simonei taharo and afal piken they are tome because they are doirsim. But according to the Rambi, that once it has 3 simonei taharo in the guf, you don't have to look for doires or not doires. You know for sure it's not a doires, and you know for sure it's tohor, because according to him, there isn't an oif tome with 3 simonei taharo at all. According to the Rambi, all you have to see is for 3 simonei taharo and it's enough. According to the Rambi, we have to understand why the Targum Yonoson says that you need, besides the 3 simonei taharo, also that it should not be a doires. The answer could be very simple. That is not a simen of tohor, but 3 simonei taharo has to be eino doires. But the Mishnah is no kasha at all, because the Mishnah has 2 klalim. The first klal is, if it's a doires, is tome. The second klal is, if it has 3 simonei taharo, all of them together, v'yodua she'eino doires, and is tohor. What is a doires? We're not clear. Some say doires means it kills the prey, or it eats it alive, or it stands with 2 feet on the carcasses and then he rips it off, or if it brings the food to its mouth holding it by one hand, or if it catches in the air and eats it before it falls in the ground. So we have to be machmir. The second problem is we don't know what means it's beyeseiro. Some say a long finger, the middle finger is longer, some say it has an extra toe in the back, and some say it has a spur. So we have to be machmir. If it has web feet and a flat beak, the Baal Hamor says it's a simen taharo. It's questionable whether you need both simonim or one of them is enough. So we have to be machmir. It has to have a semen on the eggs that it lays. One side pointy and one side round. Chad vekad. If the eggs are round or long with same ends, we have to be choishesh. Maybe the oif is not a oif tohor. According to Rashi, we also need a mesoiro. This way know for sure that is not a doires. Question is, why is the turkey being eaten? Even though has all the simonei taharo and it's not a doires, it doesn't have a mesoiro. It came from America, unless you say that it has a very similar relative. In the old world, the heter of eating turkey is not according to the shitas Rashi. When Mashiach is going to come, we're going to learn which birds are the chov dalet oifes temeis, and all of the other birds are going to become tohor.